I joined the Navy when I was walking down college. I noticed that I couldn't really focus or do much. I just knew I needed some kind of discipline in my life. So I joined the United States Navy to get that discipline I needed. And out of it, I got much more than what I thought I was going to get. Here, I met a lot of people, met a lot of good friends, and overall, it's probably one of the best decisions I ever made.
I wanted to get out of my small town, and there's nothing left there for me, so I wanted to travel. So I get to do a lot of that now. What the Navy's given me, right? This like in there. I got a family, little man, love him. He's the reason I stay in the Navy and keep moving forward through everything.
I joined the military because something I always wanted to do. When I was in high school, I was in ROTC, so I always had that mindset that I was going to be in the military. So that's why I joined.
I joined the Navy because I, number one, didn't have enough money to go to college, and then two, it was kind of a family thing, and I'd always thought about it. And I also wanted money before I went to college, and I also wanted more real life experience, and I didn't just want to be sitting around waiting to do something. So I went to college orientation, and then 3 days later, I was in a recruiting office signing the papers to join the Navy. Kind of a under-researched last-second decision, but I'm happy with it. So
being here offered a better financial stability, which is what I've always been looking for. And yes, ever since I did join, you know, I did find it. So that was probably the main reason. Financial stability.
I'm Quentin Galbraith, and here's the deal. Why did I join the Navy? That's my business, not yours, all right? My personal feelings, it doesn't matter to me, all right? I wake up every day, I come to work, I do my part, and I get off of work, all right? It's a simple day. I don't care about my personal feelings about why I joined here. It's irrelevant. I don't care about my experience here, because every day is gonna go on and on and on. I don't hang my head on one day. I don't hang my head on the past, all right? I'm here for a simple purpose, all right? And that's none of your business.
So I joined the Navy to pay off like college debt now, but you know, also the additional thing of why I joined the Navy is because you know, something to try new and better myself and build myself up as a person. And I am a better person now than I was before, so I'm thankful for the Navy for that. But
I couldn't go to college. I was pretty much like always doing stuff I wasn't supposed to. So so college was already out the window. I couldn't go there. So I also wanted to provide money for my family, and I felt like the best way to do that was to either join the Navy or, you know, continue to work like a really hard-working job like in construction. And after a while, construction, it gets kind of tiring. So yeah, I came in the Navy, and I pretty much give like half my check to my parents. It's pretty nice, but you know, it's a little hard, but it's fun. It's nice.
I joined the Navy because I felt like it was a good opportunity for me. My senior year, I wasn't really doing nothing, wasn't getting the grades I needed to. My first plan was to go to college, but then after talking with my counselor and a conversation with my dad, I felt like the Navy was a good opportunity for me to make money and travel the world and get the opportunities I need for future goals in life.
I joined the Navy to start something different, different adventure and different aspect on life. Just decided, you know, why not, let's try it out.
Alright, I joined the Navy because I got a really bad SAT score and I wasn't going to go to college. Alright, so why I joined the Navy was pretty much to give myself a stepping stone into the civilian world. That's it.
I joined the Navy to be a Navy SEAL, do something different from an ordinary job, something hard, something prestigious.
Being in the Philippines was hard, and I see this as an opportunity that hopefully my family will be benefit to down the road, and my brothers too. Like, hopefully I will help them in their education in college, and since it's I retire like 20 years, just go home to the Philippines.
I was just getting out of high school and I didn't have a lot going for me. I wanted to get out of my small town for a little bit and travel the world and experience something different.
I was happy with what I was doing, but I wanted to do something more, I suppose. And I just decided, well, you know, my dad always talked about how much he loved being in the Navy. So I decided to join and see what it was like, and also, you know, all the benefits later on in life, you know, so that it would set me up and all that. And that's really why I joined, because of all the benefits and all that, and great life experience. Yeah.
I joined the Navy to carry on my family's tradition of military service.
The reason I joined the Navy was, one, I was in the college and I want a house for real, and I studied is not too much, so, and I was bored, so I want something different, something challenge myself. So that's the reason I joined the Navy.
I joined the Navy when I was 19 years old. The reason why I joined was because due to the fact when before I enlisted I was homeless. I was going from point A to point B and didn't really have a place to stay nor really a place to call home. So pretty much what kicked it off was I was at work, got a piece of my car stolen, like a very important piece, and I had my license at the time, so it was very hard for me to go from work without, you know, being pulled over and potentially having the one thing that was gonna bring me my source of income. So after that got stolen, kind of said fuck it and went to the Navy office the next day, and before I knew I was getting shipped out to boot camp.
It was the first option that came to my school, and always wanted to join the military, mainly infantry, but I decided to go with the Navy. Even though I didn't really know anything about the Navy, I joined anyway and went in as undesk to explore my options.
I joined the Navy because it's kind of like a family tradition to be in the military. Most of my family is Marines. The Marines didn't really work out for me except for my ACL. So then the Navy accepted me. I've been glad to be here ever since then. It's proven me different. Like, I didn't expect the Navy to honestly be this, like, I don't know. I didn't really see myself fitting into the Navy that much. Then, like, ever since I've been here, I've loved it.
I was really nervous and really reluctant, but I joined to seek new opportunities in search of a new light. I think prior to joining, everything was happening for me really slowly. I would go to school part-time, sometimes I would be working part-time, so I used the military as an outlet for new opportunities.
I got interested in the Navy probably when I was like 5 or 6 years old because my grandpa served in the Navy. He had a lot of fun stories that I talked to him about and that he would tell me about his time in the Navy. Just kind of got me interested in the military as a whole. So it was kind of something that I wanted to do all throughout middle school, high school, all growing up. I really love being on teams, love being part of a team. So I felt like the military kind of offered that. So almost went to the Naval Academy, decided not to, in favor of kind of playing sports through college. But then once I got out of college, that hankering for the Navy, hankering to serve, whether it's travel, kind of be a part of this team, be a part of like an organization that's much bigger than just like one person or yourself, was still very much there. So started talking to recruiters and kind of decided that being on a ship, especially a small boy, sounded like a pretty good opportunity to be a part of a kind of a small organization that really got to know each other, really worked together, kind of really leaned on each other. So here I am on board USS Higgins.
I needed a different change of pace in my life. Growing up in New York and the environment of whatnot that I came in, needed a new different kind of pace within my lifestyle. I joined Navy for one. I traveled when I was a little bit younger and whatnot, you know, state to state. So I wanted to see the world, honestly. On top of what I mentioned earlier, to see the world, just there to put myself in a better environment, a different kind of place. And then me being able to travel the world, seeing about 18 different countries in my short period of time of being in the Navy, and definitely being stationed in Japan for so long, definitely helped me with the first thing I want to do is that environment change, changing those kind of lifestyles, and definitely being able to visit the world and learning different cultures and beliefs.